What if I told you that the food on your plate could be as powerful as medicine, capable of training your body to resist cancer, starve tumors, and restore health at the cellular level? Today, I'm going to reveal 10 everyday foods that science shows can actually destroy cancer cells, and some of them might already be in your kitchen. Green tea has earned its place as one of the most studied beverages in the world, and the science behind its cancer-fighting power is both compelling and inspiring. When we think about green tea, we often imagine a simple warm drink, but inside every cup lies a complex pharmacy of natural chemicals known as catechins, and among them a superstar molecule called epigallocatechin gallate, or EGCG. This compound has been shown in laboratory and clinical studies to directly interfere with the life cycle of cancer cells, making green tea more than just a soothing drink. It becomes an active player in disease prevention. One of the most remarkable ways EGCG works is by targeting angiogenesis, the process through which tumors build their own blood supply. Without new blood vessels feeding them, cancer cells cannot grow beyond a tiny cluster. Green tea literally cuts off the fuel lines of cancer, leaving malignant cells weakened, vulnerable, and unable to thrive. Beyond angiogenesis, green tea influences the immune system in subtle but powerful ways. Our bodies are equipped with natural killer cells and T cells that patrol for abnormal or precancerous activity, but these defenders often need a boost. Research has demonstrated that drinking green tea regularly primes these immune cells to act faster and more effectively, sharpening the body's internal radar system against cancer. In addition to supercharging immunity, EGCG has been shown to interfere with the very machinery inside cancer cells that allows them to divide uncontrollably. By disrupting growth signals, green tea slows the rapid multiplication of malignant cells, essentially putting a brake on the runaway train that cancer represents. These effects are not theoretical. They have been observed in population studies across Asia, where cultures that consume green tea daily tend to show lower rates of several cancers, including breast, prostate, and colorectal cancers. The protective effect of green tea also extends to DNA itself. One of the earliest steps in cancer development is genetic damage caused by free radicals and oxidative stress. Green tea catechins act as antioxidants that neutralize these dangerous molecules before they can inflict harm. By protecting DNA from mutations, green tea reduces the risk of cells taking the first dangerous steps toward becoming cancerous. At the same time, catechins have been shown to activate repair pathways inside cells, meaning that even when damage occurs, the body has a stronger chance of fixing the error before it spirals into something more serious. This dual action of prevention and repair is what makes green tea unique among dietary strategies. It is both protective and restorative at the cellular level. What makes green tea particularly valuable is its accessibility. Unlike many treatments that come with side effects or require medical intervention, green tea is safe, widely available, and can be incorporated into daily life with ease. Studies suggest that even a few cups a day are enough to deliver measurable benefits, although consistency over time is key. Whether consumed hot, cold, or as part of culinary recipes, green tea becomes a daily ritual that aligns enjoyment with protection. The power is cumulative, building defenses sip by sip, day after day, quietly reshaping the environment inside the body to be less hospitable to cancer and more supportive of long-term health. By integrating green tea into one's lifestyle, individuals are not simply drinking a beverage, they are engaging in a scientifically grounded practice that fortifies their body's own defenses against one of the most challenging diseases known to humankind. Tomatoes are far more than a staple in salads, sauces, and soups. They are one of nature's richest sources of a powerful bioactive compound called lycopene, which has been extensively studied for its ability to combat cancer. Lycopene is a carotenoid, a natural pigment that gives tomatoes their vibrant red color, and it has remarkable antioxidant properties that go far beyond simply neutralizing free radicals. What makes lycopene unique is its ability to accumulate in human tissues, particularly in the prostate, lungs, and skin, where it plays a direct role in protecting cells from oxidative stress and DNA damage, two key triggers in the initiation of cancer. Unlike many nutrients that are lost during cooking, lycopene becomes more bioavailable when tomatoes are heated, which means that tomato sauces, soups, and pastes often contain even more accessible cancer-fighting potential than raw tomatoes. This characteristic makes the tomato an especially versatile ally in the kitchen and in disease prevention, allowing people to enjoy it in many forms while receiving its protective benefits. The anti-cancer activity of tomatoes extends to their ability to disrupt cancer cell communication and growth. Cancer thrives when cells receive signals to multiply uncontrollably, but lycopene interferes with these signaling pathways, slowing down proliferation and in some cases triggering apoptosis, the programmed death of abnormal cells. By altering the environment inside tissues, tomatoes make it harder for cancer cells to gain traction. This has been most clearly observed in studies on prostate cancer, where regular tomato consumption has been linked with a lower risk of developing the disease and a slower progression in men already diagnosed. Yet the benefits are not limited to one cancer type. Research indicates that tomatoes can reduce the risk of cancers in the digestive tract, lungs, and breast by protecting DNA integrity and reducing oxidative stress in these tissues. Their action is broad and systemic, supporting the idea that they help defend the entire body rather than targeting one organ alone. Another remarkable way tomatoes help defend against cancer is through their influence on inflammation. Chronic, low-grade inflammation creates fertile ground for cancer to grow, and tomatoes counteract this by reducing inflammatory markers in the blood. Lycopene's anti-inflammatory properties help calm the cellular environment, creating conditions where healthy cells can thrive and abnormal cells have less opportunity to develop into malignancies. Furthermore, tomatoes contribute to angiogenesis regulation, the process by which new blood vessels are formed. Cancer cells rely on angiogenesis to supply themselves with nutrients, but lycopene interferes with these mechanisms, limiting a tumor's ability to expand its lifelines. By starving cancer cells of their essential supplies, tomatoes take away their growth advantage and tip the balance back in favor of health. Tomatoes also work synergistically with other foods, amplifying their cancer-fighting potential when combined in a balanced diet. For instance, pairing tomatoes with a drizzle of olive oil not only enhances flavor, but also boosts the absorption of lycopene, as it is fat-soluble. This simple culinary combination represents how everyday choices in the kitchen can translate into profound biological effects in the body. Whether eaten fresh in a salad, roasted to concentrate their flavor, or simmered slowly into a sauce, tomatoes bring more to the table than taste. They deliver a steady supply of molecules that interfere with cancer at multiple stages of its development. For those looking to fortify their diet against disease, tomatoes represent one of the most evidence-backed foods that can be enjoyed daily, proving that something as simple as a red fruit can stand as a formidable weapon in the body's defense arsenal. Broccoli and its cruciferous relatives, including Brussels sprouts, kale, cabbage, and cauliflower, stand out as some of the most potent vegetables for protecting the body against cancer. What makes this family remarkable is their unique content of sulfur-containing compounds known as glucosinolates, which, when broken down during chewing and digestion, form biologically active substances such as sulforaphane and indole-3-carbinol. These compounds have been extensively studied for their ability to interfere with cancer development at multiple levels, from detoxifying carcinogens before they can damage DNA, to directly triggering the self-destruction of cancer cells once they emerge. Broccoli, in particular, has earned special recognition because it contains high amounts of sulforaphane, a molecule that activates protective enzymes in the body while simultaneously targeting malignant cells for elimination. This dual role makes cruciferous vegetables far more than a source of vitamins and fiber. They act almost like a personalized pharmacy grown right in the soil. One of the most fascinating aspects of sulforaphane is its ability to turn on the body's detoxification machinery. Carcinogens, whether from tobacco smoke, environmental pollutants, or certain foods, often linger in the body and create the conditions for cancer to take root. Sulforaphane stimulates phase 2 detoxification enzymes in the liver, which neutralize these carcinogens and render them harmless before they can damage cellular DNA. This process functions like a cleanup crew working around the clock to reduce the load of harmful substances in the body, lowering the risk that cells will undergo the mutations that spark cancer development. At the same time, sulforaphane directly influences the survival of cancer cells by promoting apoptosis, the programmed cell death that is essential for removing abnormal cells. Unlike chemotherapy drugs that may also damage healthy tissue, sulforaphane has the remarkable ability to target disease cells selectively, leaving normal cells largely unaffected, which highlights its elegance as a natural defense mechanism. Broccoli and cruciferous vegetables also exert a profound influence on the body's hormone metabolism, a factor that plays a key role in hormone-sensitive cancers such as breast and prostate cancer. Indole 3-carbinol, another compound found in these vegetables, helps rebalance estrogen metabolism by reducing the production of harmful estrogen byproducts that can drive the growth of certain tumors. This modulation of hormonal pathways provides a dietary tool for reducing risk in populations particularly vulnerable to hormone-driven malignancies. Beyond hormone regulation, these vegetables also contribute to controlling angiogenesis, the formation of new blood vessels that tumors rely upon for growth. By disrupting angiogenic signals, cruciferous compounds limit the supply of oxygen and nutrients that cancers need to expand, effectively starving them before they can become life-threatening. Another crucial element in the cancer-fighting arsenal of cruciferous vegetables lies in their ability to modify gene expression. Sulforaphane has been shown to activate tumor suppressor genes while silencing genes that fuel tumor growth, essentially rewriting the instructions within cells to favor health over disease. This epigenetic influence demonstrates that diet has the power not only to provide nutrients, but also to shape the way our genes behave, a revelation that has shifted the way scientists understand food and medicine. Consuming cruciferous vegetables regularly means consistently delivering these signals to the body, creating an internal environment where cancer cells struggle to gain a foothold. Whether steamed lightly to preserve their bioactive compounds, roasted for flavor, or even eaten raw in salads, broccoli and its cruciferous cousins bring an unmatched synergy of taste, nutrition, and protective power to the table, proving that everyday dietary choices can become profound acts of cancer prevention. Berries, whether blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, or blackberries, are among the most nutrient-dense foods available and carry a remarkable arsenal of natural compounds that directly combat the development and spread of cancer. Their vibrant colors come from anthocyanins, pigments that do far more than please the eye. These molecules, along with ellagic acid, flavonoids, and other polyphenols, operate deep inside the body to slow down the progression of abnormal cells, disrupt the signaling pathways cancer depends on, and protect DNA from mutations caused by oxidative stress. What makes berries so fascinating is that their protective effects are not limited to a single mechanism. Rather, they attack cancer on multiple fronts simultaneously. By interfering with tumor growth, enhancing cellular repair systems, and even silencing harmful genetic expressions, berries act like a multitasking shield, offering comprehensive protection in a form as simple and enjoyable as a handful of fruit. One of the most powerful features of berries lies in their ability to neutralize free radicals, unstable molecules that damage DNA and create the first dangerous steps toward cancer formation. The antioxidant properties of berries have been documented to reduce oxidative stress in cells, lowering the likelihood of mutations that might lead to malignancy. But beyond prevention, berries also play an active role in controlling the growth of cancer cells once they have formed. Studies have shown that ellagic acid abundant in strawberries and raspberries can actually slow down the replication of cancer cells and, in some cases, trigger apoptosis, the natural self-destruction process abnormal cells undergo when they are no longer viable. By restoring this vital mechanism, berries help the body clean out rogue cells before they can accumulate and turn into a full-scale tumor. This dynamic ability to both protect healthy DNA and dismantle dangerous cells highlights why berries are consistently highlighted in the scientific literature as a cancer-fighting powerhouse. Berries also have the ability to influence the body's genetic activity, switching on protective genes while silencing those that encourage tumor progression. Anthocyanins have been shown to downregulate genes associated with inflammation and metastasis, which are processes cancers exploit to spread throughout the body. By suppressing these harmful signals, berries do more than just fight the disease locally. They help prevent the dangerous migration of cancer cells into new tissues. At the same time, their bioactive compounds strengthen the body's natural defenses by supporting the immune system and reducing chronic inflammation, creating an internal environment where cancer has difficulty thriving. This combination of immune activation, gene modulation, and anti-inflammatory power makes berries uniquely effective in addressing the complexity of cancer at its roots. What makes berries even more extraordinary is how easy they are to incorporate into daily life. Unlike rare or exotic remedies, berries are widely available, versatile, and delicious, allowing their benefits to be enjoyed in countless ways. Whether eaten fresh by the handful, blended into smoothies, added to oatmeal, or frozen for year-round use, they retain much of their protective potency. Even small daily servings can deliver measurable benefits, and when consumed consistently over time, they create a cumulative effect that strengthens the body's defense systems. Their natural sweetness makes them an appealing alternative to processed desserts, offering a way to reduce sugar intake while still satisfying cravings. By choosing berries regularly, people are not only indulging in a flavorful treat, but also investing in long-term health at the cellular level, reinforcing the idea that some of the most powerful medicines nature provides come disguised as everyday foods. Turmeric, the golden spice that has been revered in traditional medicine for centuries, has now gained recognition in modern science as one of the most powerful dietary tools for combating cancer at its root. At the heart of turmeric's healing potential lies curcumin, a bioactive compound that influences cancer cells through multiple pathways, making it one of the most versatile natural agents studied to date. Curcumin has been shown to block tumor growth, reduce the formation of blood vessels that feed cancer, modulate inflammatory processes, and even interfere with the genetic machinery that allows cancer to spread. What sets turmeric apart from many other foods is its ability to act simultaneously on so many different aspects of cancer biology, a quality that researchers often compare to a multi-targeted drug, but without the toxic side effects. Its bright yellow color symbolizes more than culinary appeal. It reflects a molecular power that can reshape the body's defenses against one of the most devastating diseases. One of the most significant contributions of curcumin is its ability to suppress chronic inflammation, which is now recognized as a major driver of cancer development. Inflammation creates an environment where abnormal cells can thrive, supplying them with growth factors and making it easier for mutations to accumulate. Curcumin works by inhibiting the master switch of inflammation, known as NF-κB, along with other inflammatory mediators like COX-2. By calming this internal fire, turmeric changes the terrain inside the body, making it less fertile for cancer to take hold. Beyond inflammation, curcumin disrupts angiogenesis, the process by which tumors establish their blood supply. Without these new vessels delivering oxygen and nutrients, tumors are effectively starved, limiting their ability to expand. This dual effect, calming inflammation and choking off blood supply, creates a hostile environment for cancer cells while preserving the vitality of normal tissue. Equally remarkable is curcumin's ability to directly target the genetic machinery of cancer. Research has shown that curcumin can regulate the expression of more than 100 genes linked to cancer progression, silencing those that fuel tumor growth while activating tumor suppressor genes that help cells resist malignancy. This gene-modulating effect is part of what makes turmeric so fascinating. It demonstrates that food is not just fuel, but also information, sending instructions to the body's cells that can determine whether they move toward health or disease. In laboratory studies, curcumin has been observed to slow down the uncontrolled division of cancer cells and, in some cases, induce apoptosis, allowing the body to remove abnormal cells naturally. Unlike chemotherapy, which can harm both healthy and diseased cells, curcumin appears to be selective, leaving normal cells unharmed while targeting only those that are malignant. This precision is what elevates turmeric from a spice to a therapeutic agent. The practical aspect of turmeric is just as important. It is accessible, affordable, and easy to incorporate into daily life, whether as part of traditional cooking, modern recipes, or even as tea. Pairing turmeric with black pepper, which contains piperine, significantly boosts the absorption of curcumin in the body, making this combination especially valuable for maximizing its benefits. Used regularly, turmeric becomes more than a seasoning. It becomes a preventive practice woven into daily meals, aligning enjoyment with protection. The consistency of intake is key as the cumulative effects of curcumin build over time, gradually fortifying the body's natural defenses. Whether stirred into soups, sprinkled on vegetables, blended into smoothies, or simmered in golden milk, turmeric transforms everyday eating into a strategic act of resilience, showing how a simple spice can profoundly influence health at the molecular level. Garlic and onions, staples of kitchens around the world, are far more than flavor enhancers. They are powerful, natural defenders against cancer that deliver their strength through unique organosulfur compounds. These compounds, released when garlic cloves are crushed or onions are chopped, have been shown to act as potent modulators of cellular health, tipping the balance against cancer at multiple stages of its development. What makes garlic and onions especially fascinating is their selectivity. They appear to target abnormal cells for destruction while sparing healthy ones, allowing the body to preserve its natural balance. Alecin, diallyl disulfide, and other sulfur-containing molecules have been documented in research to suppress tumor growth, reduce DNA damage, and enhance detoxification systems that remove carcinogens from the body before they can cause harm. These mechanisms together position garlic and onions not simply as ingredients, but as biological tools capable of dismantling cancer's strategies for survival. One of the most powerful actions of garlic and onions is their ability to induce apoptosis, or programmed cell death, in cancer cells. Cancer thrives by evading this natural fail-safe mechanism, allowing abnormal cells to live and multiply unchecked. The sulfur compounds in garlic and onions help to restore this critical process, essentially nudging rogue cells back onto the path of self-destruction. This effect has been observed in multiple types of cancer, including those of the colon, stomach, and breast, where populations with higher intakes of allium vegetables show lower rates of disease. Alongside this, garlic and onions also interfere with the replication machinery of cancer cells, slowing their ability to multiply rapidly. By targeting both the survival and growth of malignant cells, these foods exert a two-pronged attack that makes it harder for cancer to establish itself. Beyond their direct effects on cancer cells, garlic and onions also play a critical role in detoxification and immunity, two systems that are essential for long-term disease resistance. Their bioactive compounds stimulate phase 2 detoxification enzymes in the liver, which neutralize and clear out carcinogens that could otherwise initiate DNA mutations. This process lowers the overall toxic burden on the body and reduces the likelihood of cellular damage. At the same time, garlic has been shown to enhance the activity of natural killer cells and macrophages, immune defenders that act as the body's surveillance team, patrolling for abnormal cells and eliminating them before they become dangerous. This immune-boosting quality underscores how garlic and onions work in harmony with the body's natural defenses rather than acting in isolation, reinforcing an internal environment that resists cancer growth. The anti-inflammatory properties of garlic and onions provide yet another dimension to their cancer-fighting profile. Chronic inflammation acts like fuel for cancer, creating conditions that favor tumor initiation and progression. The organosulfur compounds and flavonoids present in these vegetables help dampen inflammatory pathways, reducing the production of harmful molecules such as prostaglandins and cytokines that encourage cancer cell survival. By calming this persistent inflammatory background, garlic and onions shift the cellular environment toward health and resilience. Practical and accessible, they can be incorporated into meals daily, and the benefits only increase with consistency. Whether eaten raw in salads, sautéed into savory dishes, roasted for depth of flavor, or simmered in soups and broths, garlic and onions transform ordinary cooking into a therapeutic act, proving that simple culinary choices can carry profound protective power against one of the most formidable diseases of our time. Mushrooms, long valued in culinary traditions for their earthy flavor and satisfying texture, hold an even greater significance when examined through the lens of science because they contain a remarkable array of bioactive compounds that directly engage the body's defense systems against cancer. Unlike most vegetables, mushrooms are neither plant nor animal, but fungi, and this unique biological category gives them a distinctive chemistry. Compounds such as beta-glucans, polysaccharides, lectins, and triterpenes found in mushrooms have been shown to boost immunity, regulate cell growth, and even slow the development of abnormal tissue. What makes mushrooms particularly compelling in cancer research is their ability to stimulate the immune system's natural surveillance, activating key defenders like natural killer cells and macrophages that are responsible for identifying and destroying rogue cancerous cells before they can expand. This immune-enhancing capacity makes mushrooms not just passive sources of nutrition, but active participants in mobilizing the body's natural army against disease. One of the most remarkable findings about mushrooms is their role in suppressing angiogenesis, the process by which tumors form new blood vessels to feed themselves. Without this steady blood supply, cancer cells cannot receive the nutrients and oxygen they need to grow beyond a microscopic cluster. Certain mushrooms, such as shiitake, maitake, and reishi, produce compounds that directly interfere with angiogenic signaling, effectively starving cancer of its lifelines. This property places mushrooms among a rare class of foods capable of directly disrupting cancer's growth strategy. Additionally, studies have shown that mushroom extracts can slow proliferation, the rapid multiplication of cancer cells, by interfering with their genetic pathways. By dampening these signals, mushrooms help restrain tumors from progressing quickly, buying the body more time to contain and resist disease. Mushrooms also provide protection through their antioxidant content, which helps reduce oxidative stress, one of the earliest triggers of DNA mutations that can lead to cancer. The presence of ergothioneine, a unique antioxidant found almost exclusively in mushrooms, makes them particularly effective in safeguarding cells from free radical damage. Unlike many antioxidants that act only in certain tissues, ergothioneine concentrates in parts of the body most prone to oxidative stress, such as the liver, kidneys, and bone marrow, providing targeted protection where it is needed most. At the same time, polysaccharides in mushrooms have been shown to modulate inflammatory pathways, reducing the chronic low-grade inflammation that fuels cancer's initiation and spread. This combination of antioxidant defense and inflammation control creates an internal environment that is less favorable for cancer cells to thrive. Another fascinating dimension of mushrooms lies in their ability to influence hormonal pathways, particularly in hormone-sensitive cancers such as breast and prostate cancer. Certain varieties, such as white button mushrooms, have been shown to block the activity of aromatase, an enzyme responsible for producing estrogen. By lowering excess estrogen levels, mushrooms help reduce one of the key drivers of breast cancer growth. Similarly, their ability to modulate hormone activity offers protection across other tissues where hormonal imbalance contributes to malignancy. Beyond their biochemical effects, mushrooms are practical and versatile, lending themselves easily to everyday cooking. They can be grilled, sautéed, blended into soups, or even powdered and added to teas, making them a convenient and enjoyable addition to the diet. Their unique combination of immune-boosting, angiogenesis-suppressing, antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, and hormone-modulating properties makes mushrooms stand out as one of the most multifaceted foods available, transforming them from a culinary ingredient into a cornerstone of dietary strategies for cancer prevention and long-term health.